Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why dogs howl. So let's get straight into the video. Howling is one of the many forms of communication used by dogs. Dogs naturally howl to get attention, to communicate with others, whether that be people or dogs, or even just to alert someone of something that they might be frightened of. Some dogs, such as huskies, if you guys can attest that have huskies, they may howl as a result of high-pitched sounds, such as sirens, or even musical instruments. There are several reasons to why your dog may howl. And while you may find it somewhat annoying or even worrisome, there is a reason for them to howl. It could be, again, for attention. It could be due to separation anxiety. It could be to alert you because they're afraid of something that's coming. It could even be an attempt to contact or acknowledge other dogs. And again, like I said before, it could be a result/response to high-pitched sounds such as sirens. But let's dive a little bit into the separation anxiety reason. Separation anxiety howling, kind of explained from the term itself, happens when dogs are either left alone, they feel abandoned, they feel lonely, so they may howl as a result of that. This kind of howling can usually be accompanied by destruction, pacing, peeing everywhere, or even just depression because they miss you guys or the owner very much. It is very important to convey to your dog that whenever you leave the house or apartment, or whenever you leave your dog at all, that it is not a bad thing. When we first moved into this apartment, Jackson was very lonely because of the transition from a house into a new place. And so every time I would leave him alone in this apartment the first couple months, I would actually just not make it a big deal at all when leaving. And on top of that, I would just leave him treats and walk out the door. This kind of shows Jackson that this is a positive association, again, as a result from the treats, and that me leaving is not a bad thing. Whenever I leave, he gets a treat. Another reason to why dogs may howl is due to medical causes. Dogs sometimes, whenever they're hurt or sick, they howl. If your dog tends to howl more than usual, make sure to take them to a vet and get them checked out. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that your dog is healthy and not hurt or anything like that. So again, just check with the vet, make sure that your dog is a-okay. Next, let's dive a little bit to why dogs howl to certain sounds. If your dog howls at a nearby siren or a high-pitched sound, usually they stop howling when that siren stops. This type of howling is usually not too excessive, but again, if it gets very annoying or irritating, you essentially want to desensitize that noise, that high-pitched sound to your dog and convey that that sound is normal. There's nothing to howl about with that sound. One way you can do that, again, is with positive reinforcement. Again, I'm a very big proponent of positive reinforcement. I believe it's the best way for dogs to learn and to create a habit or even desensitize from a bad habit, just like this. One way I would go about it is whenever that high-pitched sound or siren is on, make sure to either redirect with a toy, give them treats, do anything possible, have any type of positive interaction, just so that your dog doesn't create that habit of howling at the siren. You can even go as far as training your dog to be quiet, having the command quiet, and giving your dog a treat whenever he or she stops howling or when he or she doesn't even howl at all. It is very important to praise and give attention and give positive reinforcement to the habits that you like, and obviously don't give attention to the habits you don't like. And that is a great transition into the next reason I'm going to dive into, and that is dogs may howl for attention. Some dogs, they learn that howling can get attention from their owners or from other people. If your dog howls for this reason, he may be hungry for food, he might be bored, he may want you to play, but regardless, he wants your attention to do something. He wants you to react a certain way due to his howling. If you want him to stop howling for attention, there are a couple ways on how you can really curb this habit and curb him from howling for your attention. One way is whenever he howls, just completely ignore him. Do not react, don't do anything, whether it's good attention or bad attention, or if you react at all, any reaction reinforces the habit of howling. And on top of that, when he stops howling, that's when you give him praise, that's when you give him attention, that's when you may even give him a treat, because it then reinforces to him that when he is quiet, then he'll get what he wants. So again, positive reinforce the good behaviors, and at the end of the day, don't give any attention, don't react to the bad behaviors. It requires a lot of patience, but at the end of the day, it is one of the best ways to train your dog. And a little side note, again, scolding or getting mad at your dog for howling or any type of behavior reinforces that behavior. It is very counterintuitive. You don't want to scold, you don't want to get mad, you want to just completely ignore and do not react to any type of bad behavior, such as howling. And eventually your dog will learn that that habit, whether it is howling or biting, nipping, or whatever bad behavior it may be, is not the way to go, and being quiet and good behavior that you give attention to is the way to go. And the next side note I want to talk about is rewarding your dog when he or she is quiet. So growing up, when Jackson was a puppy, I would actually just randomly give him treats, whether he be laying on the ground, whether he be just sleeping on the bed, the couch, just random times throughout the day when he was quiet, I would give him treats, and that would actually reinforce that calm behavior. He's not barking, he's not nipping, he's not being too crazy. Obviously, I let him get his energy out when he needs to, but again, I'm reinforcing and I'm praising that calm behavior. It is a great tip. It is a great way to kind of mold and train your dog to be calm and not create that habit of doing bad behaviors. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit more about the separation anxiety. You want to make sure, if you haven't already, or maybe your dog may lack it a little bit, you want to make sure to spend a lot of quality time with your best friend. I'm a little bit guilty of this every time I'm working, even though I work remotely. Sometimes I'm just glued to my laptop, just working, cranking out for hours, and Jackson just wants to play with me. 5 minutes out of your day, 5 minutes here and there won't hurt anyone. So make sure to give your dog quality time, because at the end of the day, that's all they want. They want to play with you. They love you so much and they want to spend quality time with you. But yeah, guys, that concludes today's video. Please let me know down below of any funny stories of your dogs howling. I know when dogs howl, it can be really cute. It can be really annoying. It's really funny. I love seeing those videos of huskies just howling and pouting. It's really cute. I love it. As a reminder, please hit that like button, as it really helps in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button too, as it really means a lot to Jackson and me. Also, guys, I've created an Aussie Doodle lovers/owners Facebook group. The link is in the description. You do not have to own an Aussie Doodle to join. Just click the link and join. We love to grow that community there. And last little plug, Jackson just loves this. I don't want to give this to him though, because I know he'll rip it up. But my girlfriend actually created this nice little stuffed animal of Jackson. It looks like Jackson, guys. Look at this. Isn't this crazy? This is so cool. It took her a long time. It's made with a lot of love, but she actually started her own Etsy shop. So if you love to support her, you can even ask her to make a custom one for your dog, for your pet. If you're a cat lover, she has a cat. She'd love to do cats too, I believe. So the link is in the description for that. But look how awesome this is. Tell your dogs you love them. Jackson, I love you. Thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Yay! Yay for Jackson!